There's a moment right before you fall asleep. Your body is still. The room is quiet, but something inside you is running. Not thinking exactly, just running, like a program that won't close. You check the lock on the door again. You replay a sentence you said 6 hours ago. You feel something in your chest that has no name. This isn't worry about one thing. It's a hum underneath everything. And the strangest part? You don't even know what it's reacting to. So what is actually happening in there? Not the symptoms you already know. The mechanism underneath them. The lived experience. Anxiety doesn't usually show up as fear. It shows up as friction. A small delay before you answer a text, because you're scanning it for hidden meaning. A tight pause before you walk into a room, because you're already predicting how it will go wrong. You've probably built an identity around this without noticing. Maybe you call yourself a planner. Maybe you call yourself someone who just thinks ahead. But underneath the planning is a quieter sentence. If I can predict the bad thing, it won't be able to surprise me. That sentence runs your decisions, picks your words in arguments. It decides whether you speak up in meetings or stay silent and rehearse the version you didn't say. It even shapes how you love people. Checking, softening, over-explaining just in case. This isn't a personality flaw. It's a brain that learned something and never got the memo to stop. Part 3, the reframe. Here's what almost nobody tells you. Anxiety is not your brain malfunctioning. It's your brain doing exactly what it was built to do, just aimed at the wrong threat. Somewhere along the way, your nervous system learned that uncertainty was dangerous. Maybe it was a household where calm could flip into conflict without warning. Maybe it was a period where being caught off guard had real consequences. So your brain made a quiet trade. It gave up rest in exchange for readiness. That wasn't weakness. That was adaptation. A smoke detector doesn't malfunction when it's overly sensitive after a real fire. It's just doing its job a little too well, for a little too long. So if anxiety has been loud in you, it means some part of you learned to survive by staying alert. The question now isn't, how do I turn this off? It's how do I teach it the danger has changed. Part 4, the mechanism. To understand this, you need to meet two parts of your brain. The amygdala, your threat detector. Fast, emotional, reactive. And the prefrontal cortex, your reasoning center. Slower, logical, reflective. Think of the amygdala as a smoke alarm wired directly into the fire department. It doesn't wait to confirm there's an actual fire. It just sounds the alarm and lets your body react first. Think later. That's why anxiety feels physical before it feels logical. Racing heart, tight chest, shallow breath. Your body already moved before your mind caught up. Here's the mental model worth holding on to. Anxiety is your brain running simulations of the future, trying to find the one where you don't get hurt. Like a security guard rewatching the same hallway footage on a loop, looking for the moment something goes wrong, even when nothing is happening. The simulation isn't trying to torture you. It's trying to protect you. It just doesn't know when to stop running the tape. And every time you give it a what if, it treats that as new footage worth analyzing. This is why reassurance never fully works. You can hear everything is fine and still feel the hum. Because the amygdala isn't listening to words. It's listening to evidence, patterns, sensations, repetition. Words don't update it. Experience does. Part 5, the practical framework. So how do you actually work with this, not against it? Step 1. Name the prediction, not the feeling. Instead of saying, I'm anxious, ask, what is my brain predicting will happen right now? This works because it shifts activity from the emotional amygdala toward the reflective prefrontal cortex, a process researchers call affect labeling. Naming the specific fear, even quietly, reduces its intensity. Real-life example. Before a hard conversation, instead of just feeling dread, say internally, I'm predicting they'll be disappointed in me. That one sentence often shrinks the cloud into something workable. Step 2. Give your brain evidence, not arguments. Logic alone won't convince a threat detector. Repeated safe experience will. This is called extinction learning. The nervous system updates through exposure, not persuasion. Step 4. Schedule the worry instead of fighting it all day. This sounds strange, but it works. Setting a specific 10-minute worry window reduces what's called intrusive rehearsal. Your brain stops interrupting you randomly because it knows there's a designated time coming. Step 5. Replace certainty seeking with tolerance building. The real goal isn't to eliminate uncertainty. It's to widen your capacity to sit inside it without collapsing. This is the core of what therapists call uncertainty tolerance, and it's trainable slowly like a muscle. Part 7. The quiet close. You were never the problem. You were a nervous system doing its best with what it learned. And nervous systems can relearn. Not in one night, not with one video, but quietly, one safe moment at a time. So tonight, when that hum returns under the silence, you don't have to fight it. You can just notice it and say quietly, asterisk, I hear you, but we're safe now. Asterisk. That sentence won't fix everything, but it's the first piece of evidence your brain has been waiting for.